How's it going, you guys, and welcome back to ConstantlyVariedFitness. My name is Hudson, and in this video I'm going to share with you guys my 5 stretch routine for CrossFitters that make a huge difference on how they feel, recover, and help prevent any injuries or pains. So with these stretches, the first thing I want to point out is that I never want you to force yourself into a stretch. Don't get into a stretch and try to crank yourself into it really deep. That's how you can end up pulling something. That's how you actually don't really stretch anything at all, because your body is actually resisting that stretch. So always start with a mild version of the stretch, and then as time goes on, let your body slowly fall deeper into it as your body starts to relax in that position. So with that being said, if you're doing these stretches either after your workout, I would hold them about 2 to 3 minutes each, about 1 to 2 sets of each stretch. If you're doing it before a workout, I would hold each stretch about 1 set, only 60 seconds max. You don't want to stretch your muscles out too much before you go into any kind of physical activity. So the very first one we're going to focus on our glutes. So having a seat on a chair, bench, couch, whatever you have, you're going to place one foot flat with your knee at a 90-degree angle, and then bring the other foot on the quad right behind that knee. From here, I'm going to sit up nice and tall, and then lean forward, and I feel a nice stretch in my glute med, the top of my butt. And if you're someone that has piriformis problems, this can also be a very beneficial stretch for that. I'd recommend going and seeing a chiro or a doctor for professional advice, but I've heard a lot of people doing this stretch that have had piriformis, like sciatica issues, and it's made a huge difference on that, almost getting rid of it entirely. So about 2 to 3 minutes here, I do about 1.5 minutes this side, then I'll switch legs, 1.5 minutes the other side. You don't want to round your back and collapse in like this. You want to keep your back flat and then lean. You'll feel a much deeper stretch in the glute that way. The next one, we're going to focus on our hamstrings. As CrossFitters, we pick a lot of weight off the floor for numerous reps, and our backside can get really tight, especially our hamstrings. We focused on our glutes, now working our way down. For this one, I like this one because it's a very mild stretch. I don't like really deep, uncomfortable stretches, and this one's slowly getting better for me because it's something I can do and be happy with doing, as well as just watching it while I'm doing TV, so it's an easy one to do. So keep my legs as wide as I can, not overdoing it to where I feel a really crazy stretch, just whatever feels good for the time. You can place yourself in front of a couch or like a table so you can grab the leg and kind of help you lean a little more in the stretch. Otherwise, just naturally stay here, hold yourself for about 2 to 3 minutes. When I'm here, I kind of feel myself naturally loosen up, and then I almost get my elbows to the floor every single time after 2 to 3 minutes. So I love this stretch because I notice a huge difference immediately once I finish it. It's really cool to see how much your body opens up over the span of just a short period of time. So this is a really great stretch for the hamstrings, adductors, as well as your glutes and low back if they are really, really tight. The next thing we're going to focus on is our hips. We do a lot of squats in CrossFit. Everyone realizes when they start CrossFit, every day is leg day. So this is my favorite hip stretch that I've probably made like 7 videos on this stretch because it's so beneficial. It makes a huge difference. A lot of times people think their back is tight from CrossFit. It's usually not their back. It's something that's pulling on their back. And 9 times out of 10, in my experience, it's their hips. So getting into an upright lunge, 90-degree angle in both your knees, you squeeze your butt and try to tuck your hips underneath. You squeeze your abs and lean forward slightly. You feel a mild stretch in the front of your hip. It's nothing too crazy, but spending about 1.5 minutes here each side really helps open up your hips, helps get in a deeper squat position, as well as stop your psoas, which is that main hip flexor that runs through your hip that connects to your lower back. It helps lengthen it and cause it from pulling on your lower back. So really great stretch. If you have someone that has a stiff back, have them try out this stretch and see how it goes for them. Almost everyone I've had do it notices a significant difference right away. I love this stretch so much. 1.5 minutes each leg there. The next thing we're going to do is we're focused on our chest. Where people, like society nowadays, everyone's like this in their hunched over position, their shoulders are rolled over and they're not in an ideal posture. So the first thing is always being conscious of your posture and having your chest open. But we want to make sure we lengthen our chest, because our chest can get tightened in this position and our back can get weakened and lengthened in this position. So to help fix that, laying on the floor, you're going to have your arm perpendicular to your body. You're going to kick your other leg over and then keep that shoulder against the floor, and you can feel the stretch in the front of your shoulder and your chest if your chest is tight as well. So this is a really great stretch I like to do before any benching, before dips, things like that, to help really open up and make sure I'm not too compressed in this area. Hold here about 1.5 minutes one side, 1.5 minutes the other side. Then I'll pop up onto my knees and we're going to focus on our lats. For our lats, we're going to do a puppy dog with a twist. This is a really simple but really beneficial stretch where I'm just keeping my hips up in the air. I'm going to walk my hands out in front of me and then come to the side and then drop my chest down towards the floor. I feel a really deep stretch down that side and help open up any stiffness I have in my lat. I love this stretch to help really get rid of those tight lats. About 1.5 minutes here. Come to the other side, 1.5 minutes the other side. And then I have an extra one for you, a bonus 6 stretch that you can add, because I feel like a lot of people tend to neglect this area as well, and that is our calves. Our calves take a beating. All the jumping, running, squatting, double unders that we do in the gym, our calves take a huge blunt of all that work, and they tend to not get a lot of love from a lot of gyms that I see with their athletes. So 2 ways you can do this stretch. First is just find an elevated surface. You can grab like a bumper plate, you can grab some stairs, whatever you have available, but then just have the ball of your foot on that surface and then drop your heel as low as you can get, and then take a slight step forward so you feel a deep stretch in the back of the calf. It's better if you have a full step so that way your heel doesn't touch the floor. Otherwise, really great way to help stretch out your gastroc and your soleus, those 2 main calf muscles, and it feels really good after the fact, about 1.5 minutes each side. If you don't have access to any kind of lip or ledge anywhere, you can just do down dog, pushing your butt up in the air, try to press your heels into the floor, and if you really want to hit each one individually, just put one foot on top of the other, and then try to kiss that heel down towards the floor, about 1.5 minutes each side. So that is my stretch routine for CrossFitters. I recommend you try out all of them and see which one's most beneficial for you. You could do all of these after your workout to really help hit everything in your body, or you could pick 1 or 2 of your favorite ones and then add them to whatever stretch routine you have currently after your workout. Now, if you need some mobility warm-up ideas before you work out, I recommend checking out the video I have linked up here somewhere, and it's going to show you 5 of my favorite mobility exercises that I do before I work out to have my whole body primed and in the right positions and have that full range of motion to do pretty much all the crazy movements that we do in the gym. So if you guys like this video and learned a new stretch and learned something new about today, please make sure you hit the like button. It helps me out a lot, and subscribe for plenty more videos. Let me know what you want to see in the next video, as well as which stretch was most beneficial for you in the comments, and we'll see you guys soon.